Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I think my microphone's working now. If we can do a quick audio and video check, please type in Y, type in yes if you can hear me right now. We're about to get started. I'm not sure if everyone can hear me and see my screen before we get started here. Great, thank you, John and Theodore and Stuart and Ed and Ollie. Great, I appreciate everybody responding. Let's go ahead, let's get started. I have about an hour's worth of material here that I'm going to try to cover here. Hold on one second. Yeah, as Renee said, my name is William Gallagher. I am from Market Traders Institute. We're going to be going over a couple different Forex trading strategies here today, utilizing our charting software here to help you get started in the Forex market. I kind of refer to this kind of as my Forex starter kit. I help provide you with a little bit of education, some tools that you can literally get started trading in the Forex market tomorrow when it opens up. Now, before we begin, I do want to let everybody know that we are going to be going into the charts here in just a second. I'm actually going to show you one of the trades I'm looking at taking right now. Do some analysis on it, explain to you why I'm looking at taking it, and I am going to teach you a trading strategy here today. But I do want to let everybody know that everything I'm going to show you here today, do not take this as actual investment advice. Now, I am going to walk you through all this here today. I'll walk you through several trade examples, but ultimately when it does come time for you to place a trade, that decision to make that trade is yours and yours alone. Now, as Renee said, I have been trading in the investment market since 1998. I also have worked for several different financial companies and firms. Also did help start, launch, and build an entirely new financial services company from the ground floor up. I am a full-time active trader, both in stocks and options and in the Forex market. But one of the things I want to point out is that everything I did learn about the Forex market, I did learn from Market Traders Institute. In fact, not only am I speaking on behalf of Market Traders Institute, I am also a student of Market Traders Institute. Now, I know some of you here, you may have been here today, this morning with one of my colleagues. For those of you who are not familiar with who Market Traders Institute is, I am broadcasting live here today from the Market Traders Institute in Orlando, Florida. In fact, this building you see on your screen, that is actually our building. We have a 70,000 square foot training and trading facility right here in Orlando, Florida. You're welcome to come to our facility here, get trained live in person right in our classrooms. We can provide you with that education as well. We are getting a little bit of press here. Some of the a little bit of notoriety here. And actually, a little bit of Market Traders Institute, we have been around for about 22 years. I just celebrated our 22nd anniversary in April. So we are getting a little bit of press. Just recently, last year, Inc. magazine, we were ranked 1,180 on Inc. 5000's 2015 fastest growing companies. For 2016, we've moved up to 592. Mentioned the same breadth as Microsoft, Timberland, Cliff Bar, Pandora. The only reason this keeps going like this is because we are helping our students get results in this market. It comes from a combination of tools, training, and live in the market mentorship. Now, we have to keep delivering those results as we keep moving forward here, and I'm going to show you some of that education here today. Now, there's one person I need to introduce you to, because not only does Market Traders Institute have some of the best training, the training facilities here and the best education, we also have some of the best Forex traders and the analysts here in the market. One of those analysts, his name is Joshua Martinez. He's one of our lead analysts here. He's trained thousands of Forex investors. He also took a $500 deposit, turned that into a $39,000 profit. He's a published author, international speaker. More importantly, though, the trading strategy I'm going to show you here today, I'm actually going to show you how you can get into a live webinar tomorrow with Josh as well. I can teach you another one of his trading strategies as well. But he's the one that taught me this strategy here today. I just want to give you a bit about his background. Now, this can kind of give you a little bit of an idea of the type of results he's getting. This is the results he's getting here so far in 2016. He's up about 26%. He's captured so far about 22, almost 23,000 pips. Now, I know for those of you that are brand new to the Forex market, you don't quite understand what that is, but I'm explaining to you here in just a second what a pip is. But you can see he's up about 26% so far in his trading account here, using the same trading strategies I'm going to show you here today, the London Daybreak strategy and also his leveling strategy. I'll show you I can get that live webinar tomorrow and have him actually show you how it works tomorrow. Now, before we get started, we have quite a few of you here. What I want to do is I want to get an idea of what your Forex trading experience is. I don't want to spend a lot of time explaining what the Forex market is if everybody already knows what the Forex market is. So if everybody can just quickly look at the screen, if you can type into the chat box what your Forex trading experience is. If you are brand new, if you have no experience in this market whatsoever, go ahead, type the number 1 in. That's going to let me know you have no experience. You don't even know what the Forex market is. Number 2 is going to let me know that you have a little bit of experience. Maybe you tried trading this market before, maybe in a practice or demo account. Type in number 2 if you have a little bit of experience. Number 3 is for those of you that are experienced traders here. You maybe even trading live right now. You've gone through an education here. So yeah, that's what I kind of expected. It looks like most of you are number 1s here. I do got a couple number 2s, and it looks like I have, let's see, Penny's a number 3, Ed's a 3, Philip. Do we have any other number 3s here? VJ, Merrick, Tony. Okay, so it looks like we got a couple here that are experienced. It looks like most of you are brand new. So let's go ahead. Let's get started here. Let's get everybody up to speed before we jump in. Well, I'm going to give you kind of an expectation of what we're going to go over here today. We'll take a minute or two. I'll go over some of the basics of the Forex market. Then we'll go into our charts. I'm going to do some analysis here utilizing our charting software, show you some of the automated tools. I will show you that current trade opportunity that I'm looking at, explain to you why I'm looking at it. We will go in and I will show you how the London Daybreak trading strategy works as well. I'll also show you how you can get into a live video of, not a live video, a video recording of that to have Joshua show you how to trade that as well. If you sit with me in another webinar, I'm also going to give you out a link that will get you into a leveling trading strategy webinar tomorrow with Josh live. He'll be doing this live tomorrow, actually teaching and showing that leveling trading strategy. I'll show you how to set up a demo trading account so you can actually start practicing doing this tomorrow. And I'll show you how you can try out our charting software for a 14-day trial. I'm also going to give you a couple quick bonuses here today for those of you that stick around. So let's go ahead, let's get started. Take a quick minute or so, get everybody up to speed. Let me quickly explain to you what we're going to be going over here. Let me quickly explain to you what we're doing. We're trading Forex currencies. Let me explain to you what pips are and why you want them, and I'll show you actually how to get started trading in this market right now. For those of you who aren't familiar with what the Forex market is, the Forex market, it is the largest financial market with almost limitless amounts of liquidity. There's over $5 trillion that is daily traded in this market. So ton of potential in this market, just to get a fraction of that. One other quick thing I want to point out, it's a very flexible market as well. This is going to tie into that London Daybreak trading strategy I'm about to show you here in just a second. There are 3 major trading sessions that happen in the Forex market. You have the Asian trading session, you have the London trading session, and you have the US trading session. Now these trading sessions, they overlap, so what that means is you can actually trade the Forex market 24 hours a day, 5.5 days a week. In fact, it actually opens up at 5 p.m. tomorrow. It will be open up until 5 p.m. on Friday. What I want to do though is let me quickly explain to you what we're going to do when we pull up the charts here. What we're trying to do in the Forex market is we're trying to trade one country's currency against another in an attempt to figure out which one's going to gain in value against the other. Now, the way this market works is we trade utilizing what are called Japanese candlesticks. That's what these little white and blue rectangles are on your screen. I'll explain what those are here in just a second. But if you look in the upper left-hand corner of my screen on this chart, this is the Great British Pound, GBP, US dollar, USD currency pair. So in essence, what we're doing is we're trading the British Pound versus the US dollar in an attempt to figure out which one's going to gain in value against the other. Now, as I mentioned, what we're utilizing here in this market, we're utilizing what's called a candlestick chart. These little candlesticks here, they measure the time frame on your chart. If you look in the upper left-hand corner of my screen again, this is a 1-hour time frame chart. That's what we're going to be utilizing in the charts here for this London Daybreak trading strategy. I'm not going to go into a lot of details explaining to you what these candlesticks are. But basically all you really need to know are the white candlesticks mean that the market's going up. Dark blue means that the market is going down. The white candles are known as bullish candlesticks. The dark blue ones are known as bearish candlesticks here. So what they do is they measure the time frame here. So each one of these candlesticks, as I said, this is our 1-hour time frame chart. So what the white means is that during that 1-hour time frame, the market went up, and the dark blue ones mean that the market went down during that 1 hour time frame. Now, this is another key thing that I'm going to pull up here in the market in just a second. These candlesticks, they form what are called candlestick formations. These candlestick formations are kind of like the sign language of the market. They help to tell the trader a story. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail explaining to you what these candlesticks are, because I'm going to show you in our charting software here that's going to show you these candlesticks automatically, these candlestick formations. But down here in the bottom left-hand corner of my screen, this one that's circled right here, it's called a Morningstar candlestick formation. By looking at this, what it's saying is it's looking at this saying, telling the trader, hey, look for this market to U-turn and go upward in a bullish movement. At the top of my screen, you have an evening star candlestick formation. And it's going to show us here, get an idea of, give us an idea of looking for the market to go down in a bearish movement here. And as a student, we'll teach you how to identify these, but I'm actually going to show you how our charting software can point these out to you. I'll pull that up here in just a second. One more quick thing about the Forex market as compared to the stock market. In the stock market, there's over 40,000 different stocks you can trade. Here in the Forex market, there's only about 60 different currency pairs. Now, we narrow this down. We show you which ones to pay the most attention to. I focus on about 18 of them. Today, I'm going to show you 6 to pay attention to with this London trading strategy here. Now, one more quick thing we need to know about before we jump into the market, into our charts here, you need to know what a PIP is. PIP, PIP. It stands for Price Interest Point. It's an acronym. Now, very quickly here, I'm sure most of you here in the room, you probably already know that there are 100 pennies in a US dollar. So a penny, it represents 1/100th of a US dollar. If we were looking for a unit of measure that's smaller than a penny, it would be the equivalent to what's called a pip. Now, just as there are 100 pennies in a US dollar, there are 100 pips in a penny. And a penny represents 1/100. I'm sorry, a pip represents 1/100th of a penny. So basically, if you look at this number here, the first 2 digits past the decimal point, these are your pennies. The second 2 past here, these are your pips right there. And I'll point that out as we're going into the market as well. So what do I do is before we jump in here, let's just do a quick currency exchange here. I'm sure most of you, if you've been out of the country here, you've probably exchanged your currency at these currency exchange kiosks here. So let me quickly show you how that would work here. Let's say we're going from the United States into Canada, and in the morning before we leave, the exchange rate on the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar is 1.32. So what that means is that our 1 US dollar is going to equal 1.32 Canadian dollars. So if we were to exchange 1,000 US dollars, we would get back 1,320 Canadian dollars. So right there, at its basic form, you just did a currency exchange right here. You just did a Forex transaction right there on its very basic level. Now, at the end of the day, let's say we come back from Canada into the United States. In the morning, the US dollar Canadian dollar exchange rate was 1.32. In the evening, let's say we come back. Let's say we didn't spend any of our money, though. Let's say the exchange rate is the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar is 1.33. There's a 1 penny difference. So what that means is that our 1,000 US dollars are now worth 1,330 Canadian dollars. So our $1,000, we would get back $1,010. So we would have made a $10 profit. There was our currency exchange right there. As we exchanged that back, we made a $10 profit off of that. Now in the Forex market, however, that 1 penny move, as I just mentioned, it would be worth about 100 pips. Now, we'll come in here and we'll explain to you how what that 100 pips is going to be worth here in just a second. It is due to leverage. Here in the Forex market, you're going to utilize leverage. Your broker is going to provide you with that leverage. That leverage is going to allow you to place the trade, and you're going to be able to generate a leveraged return on the pips here. Now, in the Forex market, we trade in lots. These lots, you have what's called a micro lot account. A micro lot is about a $20 investment from your trading account. Each pip that you capture, it would be worth 10 cents. Now with the London Daybreak trading strategy I'm going to show you here today, you might want to write this down, we're going to be going after a minimum of 50 pips per currency pair per day. So let's say that we capture 50 pips off the trade, that means we'd be generating a $5 profit off of each one with a micro lot account. If we were trading with a mini lot account, a mini lot's about a $200 investment from your trading account. Each pip is now worth $1. So those 50 pips that we're going after, if we're successful, we would generate a profit of $50. Now, we also have what's called a standard lot. Standard lot is the standard by which most traders strive to achieve in this market. A standard lot's about a $2,000 investment from your trading account. each pip that you capture now is going to be worth $10. So if you capture 50 pips, you just generated a profit of $500. Now, most of you, if you're brand new, you're probably not going to start off trading a standard lot. What you're probably going to start off doing, and I'm going to show you how to do this here at the end of the webinar, you'll set up a demo account. You'll practice trading in a demo account to get started. Then when you first get started, you might invest a little bit of money in your trading account. You start off maybe with a micro lot account. Build yourself up, build up your confidence level till you get to the point where you're trading a mini lot account. And then when you build that confidence up, you'll get to the point where you start trading a standard lot. So what you're going to do is basically you'll start crawling. You'll start crawling, trading a micro lot account. Then we'll get you to the point where you start walking. Start trading with a mini lot account. And then you'll start running with a standard lot account. That's our goal, is to get you to that point where you start trading a standard lot account, start generating these type of profits here once you develop that confidence in your trading here. So let's go ahead, let's get started. Everybody has the basics down now. Let's go in. We're going to start off showing you some quick basic trading strategies here in the Forex market. One of the ones I'm going to show you here, I'm going to demonstrate for you here today, it's called the London Daybreak trading strategy. I'm going to give you a very basic Cliff Notes version of how this works. As part of our charting software trial program here, you will get a training video from Josh showing you how he actually does this. So if you don't quite get this right now, don't worry, I'm going to show you how you can get that training video so you'll actually learn directly from Josh on how to do this. Let's go ahead, let's get started here. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my charts. If everybody can just go ahead, type in a Y, type in a yes. When you do in fact see the charts on your screen, I'll make sure everybody has the charts on their screen before we get started. You should see one chart right now. It should be the British pound versus the Australian dollar here. Great. Thank you, Daniel, Gerald, Lucas. Great. I appreciate everybody responding here. Let's go ahead. Let's get started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start before we jump into the London Daybreak trading strategy. I'm actually going to show you here, explain to you some basic analysis as to why I'm looking at this being a trade opportunity of what I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at, this is the Great British Pound Australian dollar on a 2-hour time frame. And what I'm looking for right now is I'm looking for right now the British Pound Australian dollar. I'm looking for it to pull back to this level right here. And I'm going to be looking for a U-turn where I'm going to sell it. And I'm going to look for it to come down to this level right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back this up, explain to you how we got to this point, and explain to you why all these lines are, what all this actually means here. So this will make much more sense, maybe a lot more clearer, and explain to you how this works. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to back this up to this point back here. Let me zoom out a little bit. And oops, there we go. And there we go. We'll start right here. I'm going to delete everything that's on my charts, and we'll get back to that point here in just a second. Let's go ahead and turn all that off. And here we are. So pretty much very basically, as a trader, you're going to need to know 3 things before you get started. Number 1, you're going to need to determine, or at least have that educated opinion as to which way the market is going, whether it's going up or whether it's going down. Number 2, you're going to need to determine where and why to get into a trade. And you're also going to need to know, number 3, where and why to get out of a trade. These are three questions we're going to need to answer here. I'm going to show you here using some basic analysis how to answer them. Now, the question number 1 is to help us determine which way is the market going. We're going to utilize what are called trend lines. I'll type this out for everybody here. And now, trend line's a very basic concept, but it's a very effective concept here. Let me show you how this actually works. We can come in here, use our charting software here, and we can simply draw this trend line just like that. Now, while we're actually, oops, let me redraw this here. Actually, here's what we're going to do. I just drew this manually, just like that. We can actually come in here, and to make sure that we're doing this right, we actually have some smart tools here. I'll just use my smart trend line tool. Come here just like that, and bam. So there it is. There's my short trend line just like that. So very easily, there's my trend line. Now above this trend line, in fact, I can go back over this just like this. Above this trend line, we're in the buy zone. I'm going to be looking to buy the market as it keeps going up here, making higher highs and higher lows. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, until it gets to this point right here. It breaks below my trend line. Now we are in the sell zone. I'm going to be looking to sell the market as the market comes down. In fact, I can draw this out for everybody here. I'm going to come down here making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and lower highs until it comes down just like this. Actually, it comes down like that. And you can start to get a visual representation of how this works just like that here. Now, I can also come in here and draw my trend line just like this. Just like that. Actually, it'd be just like that. And what happens is that the market comes down, quits making those higher highs and higher, sorry, the lower lows and lower highs, and then breaks above that trend line right here. So what's happening is when it comes back above, we're now back into the buy zone. So essentially at this point right now, as the market's coming up, I'm going to be looking to buy into the market at that point. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to delete all this here, and now I'm going to show you some analysis. At this point, we've now determined that we're in the buy zone. We're looking to buy into the market. So now we need to answer these two other questions. I'm going to show you quick strategy here, how we can answer these other two quick questions. In fact, let me zoom back out here just a little bit. Zoom out. And at this point, we're looking to buy into the market. When it breaks above that trend line, we're in the buy zone, we're looking to buy in the market. So we need to determine now where we're going to get in and where we're going to get out. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce you to now what are called, what's called the Fibonacci tool. Fibonacci tool. And I think my colleague Joe may have explained this here, but for those of you that don't understand how the Fibonacci tool works, let me just come in here and let me quickly show you how this works. I'm going to come in here and draw a quick example. As the market's going up, we're going to be looking for those wave movements, looking for the market to make those higher highs and higher lows, just like that. Now, when the market starts going down, we'll be looking for it to make those lower lows and lower highs, moving in these wave movements, just like that. Now, the Fibonacci tool is going to help us take advantage of these wave movements here. So let me come back here. I'll actually show you here. I'll use this example right here. What we have found is that the market tends to move in an A, B, C, D pattern, just like that. Now, when we've identified this A to B boundary like this, I'm going to show you here in just a second how we can identify the A to B boundary. We can come in here and spread our Fibonacci tool from the A to the B, just like that. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of details here teaching how Fibonacci's work, but basically what they're going to help us determine is I'm going to show you here in just a second how we can find this C point. Now, what's going to happen between this A and B boundary, we found there's a high probability of a pullback, or what we refer to as a retracement. These lines here, these lines are called retracement lines. So what we're looking for is the market to pull back to one of these retracement lines. These retracement lines are hidden levels of support. We're going to be looking for the market to pull back to one of these levels, U-turn. And when we determine that U-turn, we're going to buy into the market here. Now, we do something here at Market Traders, and so we actually make it a little bit easier to understand. We color coordinate these retracement lines to the lines above the B level. These lines above the B level are called extension lines. What we're looking for is the market to pull back or retrace in between the A and B boundary, U-turn, and then we're going to look for it to extend. What we're going to be looking for is this U-turn to help us determine how high the market's going to extend. So at this point right here, if the market were to pull back and U-turn at one of these red retracement levels, we'd be looking for our D point at the red extension, like a buddy system, red to red. So if we buy into the market after this U-turn, we would hold our position and we'd exit at the red extension, like a buddy system, red to red. If the market pulls back to my blue level, my blue retracement level, and it forms that C point, I'm going to show you here in just a second how we can help predict that C point here. If we buy into the market after that U-turn, we're going to look for our D point at the blue extension, like a buddy system, blue to blue. And if it comes back to our green retracement level, right there, and U-turns, we buy into the market, we'll be looking to get out at the green, like a buddy system, green to green. So this market, it does that when the market's going up and when it's coming down. Let's go back over here. Let me show you the example of when it's coming down, and then we'll come in here. I'll show you how this actually applies to the market. And I'm actually going to show you a tool that's going to do this all automatically for us here in just a second. So when the market's coming down, we're going to have a downward A, B, C, and a D pattern, just like that. Oops, make that capital just like that here. And the same process applies when we determine that A to B boundary when it's coming down. We simply spread our Fibonacci's from the A to the B, and it goes A, B, C, D, and then the process repeats. Our C becomes our A, that becomes a new A, B, C, D. In fact, I can draw that out and show everybody how that works. When that's fulfilled, then becomes a new A, B, C, D as it's going down here. Now, I'm actually going to show you one quick example here in the market how that works, but we actually have a tool that's going to do all this automatically for you here. So let me clean all this up and delete all this here. Delete all that. And once again, I'm just going to show you some basic analysis here. And then I'm going to teach you a trading strategy and show you how this works. Something that's even simpler to this, that London Daybreak trading strategy. So this right here, as the market's now making that U-turn and going up, this is my A point. Now, the reason this is my A point is because it's my lowest point here, and it has 2 candlesticks to the left, 2 to the right, which are higher. So this is what we call a proper low. That's my A point. The market rallies up to this point right here. This is my B point. Now, the reason this is my B point is because this is a proper high. It has 2 candlesticks to the left, 2 to the right, which are lower. And we go into much greater detail explaining how this works in our education, but that's now our A to B boundary. Now, as I told you, in between this A and B boundary, we've determined there's a high probability of a pullback. And what happens in between that A and B boundary, the market does in fact begin to pull back. So at this point, we can come in here when we have that A to B boundary and spread that Fibonacci tool from the A to the B just like that. So very quickly, what we're looking for here is now for that C point. Now watch what happens here. As we advance the market pulls back, and right here, it forms this candlestick formation. This candlestick formation, for those of you who are brand new, this is what's called an engulfing bullish candlestick. Sign language of the market right here. Let me circle it. This is giving us an indicator to look for the market to U-turn right here and go upward in that bullish movement. So what we would do is we'd buy into the market right here at the close of that candlestick right there. Now at this point, you can see here the market pull back to my red retracement level. So we would be looking for the market to come up here. We would exit our position right here at the red extension, like a buddy system, red to red, and that would be our D point right there. Now, right here, for those of you not familiar with how these candlestick formations work, here's what's neat about our charting platform. I can simply come in here and I can turn on these candlestick formations. So look what happened here. It went A to B, came down, and right there, it now highlights that green bullish engulfing candlestick right there. So we would then be looking to buy. So I just want to show you here how this charting software here, we can turn some of this stuff on. It's going to help pinpoint some of this here. Now watch what happens here. If we buy into the market there, and we're looking to exit our position at that D extension, watch what happens. The market eventually rallies up. In fact, let me extend this out here just a little bit. Just like that, and then right there we'd be looking to get out of our position. And in this case here, if we bought into the market right there and we exit when we hit that D extension, that would have been 232 pips right there. We would have captured 232 pips on that trade. With a mini lot, that would be $232 in about. That trade right there would have taken us about 5 days. With a standard lot, that would have been about $2,000 profit trade just like that here, helping to use our charting software to help it make it a little bit easier to understand here. Now, in our education, we go into a little more detail teaching you some additional things here. We will teach you, as part of our education, when we go through our full education, we'll teach you about counter trend lines. What happened here if we draw a counter trend line across the tips of these candlesticks, when the market U-turned and broke above, that's another indicator letting us know that this was a buying opportunity. If we come down here, at the bottom of my screen down here, some of you have just been asking, what are these lines down here? This is what's called your stochastic RSI. When we are above this level up here, whoops, hold on a second, we are in the overbought zone, meaning that we'd be looking to sell. And if you look right there, the market was in the overbought zone, came down, pulled back, and then came down here to the oversold zone in our solid classic, so it gives us another indicator. So right here, we had broke a counter trend line, had an engulfing bullish candlestick, we were in the buy zone, we had a little bit of convergence there letting us know that this was a pretty good buying opportunity. Just want to give you guys an idea of how that works here. Now, I'm going to show you something a little bit even neater here. Let's come in here, let's delete all this. Delete all this. The Fibonacci's, for those of you who are brand new, the neat thing about this is that I'm going to show you something right now that we don't even need to find that A to B boundary anymore. All we do is we have to find this low point, because we can come in here as part of our charting platform. We have our Smart Fibonacci tool. It's our Smart Fibonacci tool. We also call this our Auto Fibonacci tool. So all we need to do is come down here to the beginning of this new upper movement, click on that Smart Fibonacci tool, and just like that, it's going to quickly and accurately draw my Fibonacci's for me. So right there, where that was my A, B, C, D, and then here's my new A, B. Now the market pulls back, and this Fibonacci sequence, A, B, right here, pulls back, and everybody see right there, green candlestick, engulfing bullish candlestick. We would have bought into the market right there at a red retracement level. In fact, let me draw that out for everybody. We had a red retracement pullback, letting me know to get out of my position right there at the red extension. This would have been my buying opportunity right there. And if we wanted a little bit more congruence here, we can simply come in here, draw my counter trend line, so we can even buy in right there. If you want a little bit more confidence in that trade, we could buy. In fact, actually what we'll do is I'll show you right there. Let's buy into the market right there after we break that counter trend line. So if we were to buy in right there, we hold our position until the market comes up here to my red extension. And let's see what happens here. The market waves. Sometimes it doesn't just go straight up. It's going to move in these wave movements. And eventually it's going to come up and right there, bam. Hit that red extension. That trade right there, if we would have bought in when we broke that counter trend line, came up here, hit our extension, that would have been 347 pips right there. Now, yeah, Alex is asking about this tool right here. This tool I'm showing you here, this is our measuring tool. I can spread it just like that. It can measure the amount of pips we just captured. If you look in the upper left-hand corner of my screen, the range is the amount of pips. So that trade right there would have been about 344 pips on that trade right there. So it brings me now to where the current live market is right here. So this is our current live market. Now, as you can see here, here's our new A to B. We have an A, B. Now, one of the things we'll teach you when we go through our full education is what we look for is the market to pull back to at least this top red retracement level. This top red retracement level, we call it the 0.382 retracement level. So here's what happens here. On this trade right here, the market pulls back, doesn't quite hit that 382. Now, what we have found is that there's a high probability if the market does not hit that 382, what it's going to do is it's going to come up. It's going to go up, and then it's going to come back. So in this trade opportunity right here, you could have bought in right here. If you were to buy in on that candlestick right there, the market did in fact go up. The market did go up about 99 pips, and then gave me this candlestick right here. See that red one right there? Let me know to look for the market to start going down. So you could probably, if you would have buy in, trading strategy I use sometimes is I would buy there, get out there. You still would have made about 20 pips on that trade, but what ends up happening, if we back this back up again, let's back this up to the beginning of this new trend. Now, if we want to find our trend line, we simply come in here with my Smart Trendline tool to begin that new trend. Now watch what happens here. I come to the beginning of that new trend, I can draw my Smart Trend line, and right here now the market has broken below that trend line. So now I'm looking for the selling opportunities here. Does that make it a little bit clearer for everybody here? We are in the buy zone, the market breaks below, so probably we wouldn't even found a buying opportunity right here to buy into the market. So I would now be looking to reverse my position. So let's go ahead and right now, let's delete all this. In fact, actually I'll come back in here. Let me draw that trend line. Just like that, I'm in the sell zone. I'm now looking to sell the market. I now come up here to the beginning of that new trend. I can now draw my Smart Fibonacci tool coming down right there. Bam. So let's bring this to the live market and explain to you why I'm looking at a potential selling opportunity in the market. In fact, I can now delete this here if everybody now understands why I'm now looking to sell the market on here. So we had initially here an A, B, C, D swing, and this is our now current, our new A, B downward Fibonacci's. Now I can come in here, draw that rectangle, like I said, because I'm looking for now the market to pull back to at least this top red retracement level. So here's what I'm looking at. I'm going to be looking for the market to pull back to at least this level right here, and then what I'm going to be looking for is a U-turn in the market, whether it's a candlestick formation, my stochastics here at the bottom, giving me something here telling me to look for the market to U-turn, and I'm going to look to sell this market. Now at this point right here, if it comes up to that red retracement level, I'm going to be looking to get out of this position right around here. So this is all hypothetical, my friends, but this is kind of what I'm looking at here coming up in the next day or two. When the market opens up tomorrow, I'm going to look for the market to pull back, because once again, high probability of a pullback in between that A and B boundary. Plus, if you look at the bottom of my screen right here, my stochastics are in the buy zone. So high probability of a market pullback. Now, if I wanted to, I tend to like to trade in the direction of the trend, but there could be a buying opportunity right here to scalp the market back to this level. That would be about 100, 120 pip movement right there. And then I'd be looking for that U-turn right around here to short the market right there. Now, yeah, for those of you wondering how we can make money in this market when it's going down, it's called shorting the market here. What you do is you start off selling first and you buy out of your position later. We can teach you how to do that here as part of our education here. Now, a couple more things here before we jump in. I show you that London breakout trading strategy that makes this even easier. Let me show you some more of the features that are built into the charting platform, because I'm going to give you this charting platform here today with a 14-day trial. You'll actually get to take this for a test drive, play around with this, use these candlestick formations here. In fact, actually, for those of you that are a little bit more advanced, we have a King's Crown tool. We have a King's Crown tool that can show you, if you come in here and draw it, just like this, it can let you know that you are, in fact, doing your King's Crown properly. When it lights up green like this, it'll let you know that you do, in fact, have a King's Crown. We have a Head and Shoulders tool. We also have some built-in systems here that we, when you become a student, we can teach you and show you how to use those as well. Now, another neat thing about our charting platform here, somebody was asking about these blocks up here, these blocks at the top of my screen. The neat thing about this, the way I have my chart set up, I have them set up in workspaces here. Each one of these things here, you see you have the US dollar, Japanese yen, US dollar, Canadian dollar, New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Each one of these is a workspace that I can utilize as part of my trade. Now, the neat thing about this is that you can actually share your workspaces and you can save them to the cloud. You can come in here, your workspaces, save them to the cloud, and if you're like me and you work on multiple computers, you can pull these workspaces up on multiple computers as long as you have the charting software installed on that computer here. So the other neat thing about this is that you're actually, as part of the trial software here, I'm going to show you how you can get the London Daybreak workspace. I'll send that out to those of you that enroll into the charting software trial, and I'm also going to show you how Joshua, I think he's going to give you 3 workspaces as well. You can actually download them, and I'll show you how step-by-step how you can actually download them as well as you're going through here. So another neat thing about this, another neat thing about our charting platform, is you can actually do live trading right from our charts. You can log in here. We can show you how to set up a demo account right from here. If you stick around to the end of the webinar, I'll show you how you can set up a demo account. But if I wanted to, let's just say that we come up here and I want to place a trade right here. What I can do is at that point, when I get to that point where I want to trade, I can come in here. Oops. Too bad this isn't live here. I'll show you how to do this live. We can simply come in here and buy, and you can set this up and place your trade right here. And you can set your stops and limits right here from the charts. Now, another neat thing about all this, for those of you wondering as far as, well, do you have to sit in front of your charts waiting for the market to say maybe break below this trend line here? Here's another thing about this, that as part of our charting platform, you can come in here and add an alert to that. So what you can do is you can come in here, let's say when we want to cross down below that trend line, you can come in here, it can send you an email, or it can even send you a text message. Oops, let me delete that there. You can send yourself an email or text message and come right to your charts, letting you know that the market did in fact cross below, and you'd be looking now to look into selling that market here. So the neat thing about all this here, as far as all these things are built into the charting platform, I'm going to show you here in just a little while. After I show you the London Daybreak trading strategy, you'll get videos, a video tutorial showing you how to do all this here. How to get started here, get those 3 workspaces, how to do the Fibonacci's. Joshua here, Josh Martinez, through these video lessons, he'll go step by step showing you how to get started, how to use the toolbars, go into use those indicators and that sort of thing, go through step by step. I think there's 10 different lessons here on how to do that. Now, you're also, as part of this here, there's also going to be a live webinar next Friday at 10:30 a.m. Either myself or one of my colleagues. You can play around with the charting platform for a week. Next Friday, you'll be in another live webinar where we will go step by step showing you how to do this, but also if you have any questions, we can answer any questions you might have about that here. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to come in here, I'm going to show you the London Daybreak trading strategy here. So once again, what I just showed you here is just some basic analysis, showing you how you can use the charting platform here to use our auto Fibonacci's, use our auto trend lines, all these neat built-in features, but also more importantly for those of you that take the advantage of the trial, the 14-day free trial, you kind of have an idea now to do all this here and how this is going to make it a little bit more clearer in pointing some of these out, some of these neat little features that are built into our charting platform. But right now, I'm going to show you something that's even easier. I'm going to show you a trading strategy right now that you can get started doing tomorrow. It's actually Monday morning when the market opens here. So let's go ahead, let's jump in right now. What I'm going to teach you now is what's called the London Daybreak trading strategy here. In fact, like I said, you're also going to get a training video as part of this here from Joshua. He's going to go step by step, show you this in a little more detail here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and let's just go step by step and let me quickly give you an overview of this London Daybreak trading strategy here. So the London Daybreak trading strategy, it's going to utilize these 6 currency pairs that you see on your screen. I'm going to go ahead and read them off right now. This one in the upper left-hand corner, this is the Great British Pound, GBP, NZD, New Zealand dollar, the Kiwi. So you have the Great British Pound, New Zealand dollar. The middle one here, Great British Pound, Australian dollar, the Aussie, GBP, AUD. You have the Great British Pound, Swiss franc, GBP, CHF. Bottom left-hand corner is the Great British Pound, Japanese yen, GBP, JPY. British Pound, US dollar here in the bottom middle, GBP, US dollar. And you have the GBP, Canadian dollar, Pound, Canadian dollar, GBP, CAD in the bottom right-hand corner down here. So these are the 6 currency pairs we're going to utilize for the London Daybreak strategy here. So you might want to write those down. If not, you'll get that video from Josh as part of the trial here. You can actually write them down off of that as well. Now, one of the things most of you probably already noticed is that each one of these charts is on a 1-hour time frame. So that means our chart's going to represent, each candle's going to represent 1 hour. So let's go ahead in right now. I'm going to pull up the Great British Pound Canadian dollar on a 1-hour time frame. So let's go ahead, let's pull this up and let me show you how this actually works. But before we do, let's pull this back a little bit. We'll bring this back here and I'll show you the trading strategy, how it actually works, and give you a quick sneak preview of how this works. But what we'll be looking for with this London Daybreak trading strategy is we're going to be looking for, let me draw this out for everybody. We'll be looking between 2 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time and 5 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. In between those hours, we'll be looking for the market to form its initial high or low for the day between this time, between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. Now, the reason for this, if you remember, I explained to you that you have 3 major trading sessions in the Forex market. You have the Asian session, London, and the U.S. session. What you have going on right here is you have the close of the Asian session and the beginning of the London session here. So what you're going to be looking for here is during this overlap, we're going to look for the market to either pull back and form its initial low for the day and then rally up. We're going to be looking for directional movement coming off that, either going up, or we'll be looking for the market to form its high for the day and then for it to pull back and go down. What we're looking for based off of this information right here is directional movement. We have found that during this time period, there's going to be huge directional movement coming off either that high or low for the day. Now, what we're also going to be looking for is we'll be looking for between 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time and then 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to look for the market to form its opposite low or high for the day. Now, the reason for this is because you have the close of the London trading session and the opening of the U.S. session right here. So you have that overlap right there. So what we're looking for right here is this directional movement, either the market rallying up or it's pulling back and going down. Now, what we have found, this directional movement here, each one of these currency pairs, they have what's called an average daily trading range. Now, the average daily trading range on each one of these currency pairs is a minimum of 50 pips to over 200 pips. Now, the trading strategy I'm showing you right here, I'm going to show you how to go after what we call first base, just to go after that minimum of 50 pips per currency pair per day. So that's our goal. Now, I'm going to show you this right now. I think Josh shows you this just a little bit differently. Our goal, which is also our target, is going to equal 50 pips per currency pair per day based off of the directional movement we're going to be looking for. So I'm going to come into the market right now and show you and kind of give you an idea of how this directional movement works. So let's come back in right now. Everybody has that written down. Let's go down back into the market and let me show you how this actually works. Okay, right about, where's my 3 a.m.? Oops. There we go. Let me advance this just a little bit. Okay, so what I've done here, in fact, what we're going to be looking for, actually, yeah, somebody was just asking here, I think Juan was just asking about this. What I'm showing you right here, this is called the London Daybreak Strategy. The London Daybreak Strategy. Now, we're basing this London Daybreak Strategy off of the close of the 3 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time candle. So essentially, we get asked this question every time. So essentially, at 4 o'clock, we're going to be using, basically at 4 o'clock, we're going to be looking for that directional movement coming off of this here. So what I've done is I've come in here, I've highlighted a couple of these, these 3 a.m. candles. There's my 3 a.m. candle. You have that directional movement going down. The next 3 a.m. candle on August 30th rallies up, rallies up, rallies up. In fact, this is a nice one right there. That one rallied up about, where's our 3 a.m. candle right there? 213 pips off of that one. This one came down 190. So you get an idea here. Not all of them are big. There's a small one. There's a small one, a little small one right there. But we're going after just that minimum of 50 pips here. Now, for those of you who wonder, why does this happen? Why are we looking for this directional movement? Well, what we have found is that during the European market, during that London session, the banks are processing the largest bulk of the Forex transaction. So during that time period, the banks are starting to process their orders, and what's going to happen is it's going to provide a huge injection of volume and this directional movement. So I'm going to show you a quick trading strategy here to take advantage of that directional movement, how we're going to determine which way the market's going and how we're going to get in and out of this market here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to advance this now. I'm going to start off at the beginning of this past week. We're going to start off on the 12th. I'll show you, I'll bring this to the current market. I'll show you what trades happened here on the Great British Pound Canadian dollar right here. So here's where we're going to start off. Here's our 3 a.m. candle on September 12th, last Monday here. We'll use that as our basis right here. I'm going to zoom in here nice and tight for everybody here. And let's go ahead, let's get started. You might want to take some notes on this, but you also get a video. Like I said, Josh is going to give you that video showing you step by step how to do this as well. So let's zoom in. And here's the close of that 3 a.m. candle. The market closed right here. So let's go in and let's show you the trading strategy. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come in here. In fact, let me make that green. I'm going to make that green. The first step, and this is where you might want to start taking some notes, the first step at the close of that candle is to come in here and to put a entry buy order 10 pips above the high of this candle. So we're going to come in here right about there. And let me type that out for everybody. This is going to be an entry buy position. It's a pending order. We're not in the market until the market rallies up and triggers that here. So our entry buy is going to be plus 10 pips above the high of that 3 a.m. candle. Right there. So there's our entry buy. Now we're also going to come in here. Let me pull this down just a little bit. We have an entry sell position. Our entry sell is going to be 5 pips below this low. So we'll set that right about, oops, so 28, 27. So we'll set this at 22. Right there, make that green. There we go. And that's going to be our entry sell. And that's going to equal minus 5 pips below the low. So first step, we look for that, close that 3 a.m. candle, and then we come in here and we're going to have our entry buy 10 pips above the high, our entry sell 5 pips below. Now the reason for this, this is going to help us determine. If you remember, we have 3 questions we need to answer as a trader. I showed you some basic analysis to help us answer them, but number 1 is, where is the market going? Number 2, where and why to get in. And number 3, where and why to get out. I showed you some basic analysis to help us answer this. I'm going to show you a quick trading strategy here that's going to help us answer each one of these 3 questions very quickly with this London Daybreak trading strategy here. So as I told you, at the close of this candle, we're now looking for directional movement. We're going to be looking for the market coming off of that 3 a.m. candle, looking for between 50 and 200 pips in that direction, or 50 to 200 pips in this direction. So watch what happens here. After the market closes, we place our pending orders, and then bam, within the next hour, the market rallies up, triggers that entry buy. So at this point, utilizing this trading strategy, we now have that educated opinion where we now believe the market's going to be going up in that 50 to 200 pip movement, that directional movement coming off of this here. So at that point, we're now our entry buy, it just got triggered in our broker's platform as a market buy. Meaning that we're in the market, we believe the market's going up. We're buying into the market. We believe the market's going up in that bullish movement here. So let's go ahead, let's back this up just a little bit here. Now, the next order of business is to come in here and close out this opposite order. We don't believe the market's going down, we believe it's going up. So we come in here, we close out that entry sell, just like that here. So here's our entry. Number one, we believe the market's going up, and we have our way to get in. So we've answered question number 1 and number 2. Where's the market going? We believe it's going up. Where and why to get in? We're in the market right there. Now, what we need to do next is we need to protect ourselves here. We don't want to simply just go in without a stop loss. So we're going to come in here, we're going to set a stop loss. Now, when we are buying into the market, our stop loss is going to go at the low of the 3 a.m. candle. Let me type that out for everybody here. So our stop loss, that's a stop loss when buying. It's going to be a little bit different when we're selling the market. I'll show you an example of that here in just a second. Stop loss when buying is going to be at the low of that candle. Stop loss is going to go right there. So what that means is that if the market were to go against us right here, we're going to be protected. The lowest we're going to lose is going to go right there. So the next order, after we've canceled the previous sell order, we now have our stop loss set up. We need to come in here, we need to set our target. Now, does everybody remember what our target is? Our target is a minimum of 50 pips. So let's come in here. Where's our 50? So 17443. So right there, that's going to be our target. Right there. In fact, let me type that out for everybody. Our target, which is also our limit. That's where we get out of this trade. Now, it's going to be one of two things. It's either going to be a minimum of 50 pips, because that's our first base. We expect the market to at least go up 50 pips, or I think Josh teaches this in the video, a 1-to-1 risk ratio. So in this case here, we'd be going after at least 50 pips or a 1-to-1 risk ratio here. So let's go ahead very simply here. Let's see what happens here. The market rallies up. And right there, bam, comes within, market comes within 2 pips here. So you might want to close out right there, depending on whether you'd be happy going after, 48 pips. But let's just see what happens here. The market then comes back up again, comes close, doesn't quite hit it, pulls back a little bit, and right there, bam. The market hits right there, so there's our 50 pips right there. So I believe Josh might explain to you if it comes up close, you might want to get out within a certain tolerance here, but you might want to get out there, or if anything right there, it comes up and hits that. So we just got our 50 pips on that trade. It took a little while, but we eventually did get those 50 pips. Now, those 50 pips, for those of you who wonder how much that would be worth, if you're trading with a mini lot account at $1 per pip, that would have been about $50 in profit. Trading with a mini lot account with a standard lot, that would have equaled about $500 in profit. So on Monday, starting the day off, on the pound Canadian dollar, you'd already have about either $50, maybe $500, depending on what you're trading with here, with one of those type of accounts. Now, this is now our next 3 a.m. candle. So we're now looking to start over again. Let's delete all this. We'll start over here. There's our next 3 a.m. candle. Now, let's come in here. I'll type this out one more time for everybody, and then we'll show you the rest of the trades for the week. At the close of that 3 a.m. candle. Now, actually, Theodore asked a good question here. Theodore asked 10 pips from the wick or the body. Theodore, we're going to go, it's the high is the actual wick right there. So in this case right here, we'd go 10 pips above. So 74.45. So Set this at 74.55 right there. There's our entry buy, which is going to equal plus 10 pips above the high, just like that. And we'll come in here and we'll do our entry sell. Whoops. Entry sell, is that our 3 a.m.? Yep, there's a 3 a.m. So entry sell is going to be 5 pips below the low. So 14, so right there. Entry sell, it's going to be minus 5 pips. Oops, that's below the... Yeah, a couple of you have been asking about the difference here. I think Josh answers that in the video lessons here. So you'll be able to, VJ says here, you have to be awake at 3 a.m. Well, once again, VJ, I see some of you might be saying, well, maybe you don't want to be up at this time. Well, it comes down to what type of profits you want to get. If you don't want to get up at 3 o'clock to set this up, that's fine. To be honest, I get up several times a week to do this myself, so it comes down to whether you want to do this or not. But I will show you one thing. I mean, how you can set this up. Once you set this up, your limits and your targets, everything, then you can go back to bed. But let's go ahead. Yeah, so for those of you that are in the London time zone, this works out perfect for you. For those of you here in the United States, maybe you don't want to get up at 5 a.m., but like I said, you'll be able to get in that video session with Josh tomorrow. He'll be able to show you a different trading strategy as well. There's all kinds of different trading strategies, my friends. I just want to show you a very easy one here to take advantage of these wave movements off of the London session here. So now we have our entry buy and entry sell taking place here. Let's see what's going to happen here. So we advance the market within the next hour, bam. So right there, we have our entry sell becomes a market sell, meaning that the market has now triggered that we're now in the market. We believe that that directional movement is going to go down. So that answers question number one. We believe the market's going to go down. Now, the next order of business is come in here and cancel the opposite order because we don't want to buy into the market because we're selling the market. Now, here's something a little bit different here. When we're setting our stop loss up when selling, it's going to go 5 pips above the high. So in this case right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let me try stop loss when selling. It's going to equal plus 5 pips above the high. There we go. Yeah, Philip, I see what your question is right there. Yeah. Once again, it comes down to, some of you said some questions here about getting up at 3 o'clock or whatever. Yeah, and this is Eastern time. If you're in London, that's great. If not, it comes down to if these are the type of returns you're looking to get. Here's a trading strategy. I'm going to show you the results for this week and see if these are the type of results you're looking for. Maybe you'll make the decision whether you want to get up at 3 o'clock to trade this as well. So here we go. There's our stop loss when selling, 5 pips above the high. Now, once again, our target is a 1-to-1 risk ratio. So in this case right here, we'd be risking 42 pips, but our minimum is 50. So what we do is we come in here, and where's our 50? Right about there. So 73.58. Right there. We have market sell. And our target, once again, you might want to write this down, our target, which is also our limit, where we get out of this trade, it's going to be one of two things, either a minimum of 50 pips or a 1-to-1 ratio. So in this case, with this trade, we were risking 42. Our minimum is 50, so we're going after 50. So there's our entry, our stop loss is set. So at this point right here, at this point, you can go to bed. At this point, your trade is set. It's in your broker's platform. At this point, if you want to go back to sleep, you could. Let's see what happens now. 1, 2. That one probably hit it right there, but within 2 hours, the market comes down, hits it. You just capture another 50 pips on that one. So let me delete this. We're just going to delete that, and I'll just copy and paste. Oops. There we go. So on Monday, this was Monday this week, you had made 50 pips on the first trade, and then on Tuesday, you just made another 50 pips. And we'll teach you trading strategies on how to go after more than this here. I'm just showing you how to get onto first base. We'll teach you some trading strategies of how you can lock in your profits. You can move your stop loss up to break even at this point, or move it up and lock in profits and move your targets down. I'm not going to go into all that here today, but we can teach you and show you how to do that as well. We also have live trading sessions that happen during this year. So there's Monday and Tuesday. So those are Monday and Tuesday trades. Now let's advance this here. So here's our Wednesday trade. Now in this case right here, Wednesday, we would have probably sold the market and went against us. So in this case right here, we probably would have lost about 36 pips on that one. So on Wednesday, we lost, we'll say 35 pips, make it easy. We lost 35 pips. Still very profitable for the week. 50-50 minus 35, so we're up about 65 pips for the week off of 3 trades. And then, bam, here's our next 3 a.m. candle on Thursday. Let's see what happens here. Bam. We very easily have gotten, in fact, this one moved 132 pips. But let's just go ahead and make it easy. Like I said, we'll just get on first base. So Monday we got 50. Tuesday we got 50. Wednesday we lost 35. Thursday we made back, we'll say just another 50. Oops. So Thursday we made another 50. And yeah, this is somebody's just asking about that. Yeah, we could very easily, like I said, there's our 3 o'clock candle. It came down. We very easily could have locked in profits as I was going down here. We could have moved our target as we're going down. Now here is yesterday morning. Now this is a nice one right here. There's our 3 o'clock a.m. candle. We would have sold the market. It would have gotten triggered probably, let's see here, probably somewhere right around here, wherever our 10 pips are. Right about there. We would have gotten triggered right there, but it went down 193 pips. And it's still going down. So we've been able to lock this in. There's 193 pips, but like I said, just getting on first base, let's just say we got 50. So Friday, another 50 pips. So we had, we won 50. We'll say we lost, even, you know, we'll be a little bit even less generous. Let's say we lost 40 on that one. So that means we have a net profit. Our net was, oops, 160 pips off of one currency pair doing this here. So 160 pips with a mini lot, that would have been, what, $160 for the week. Not necessarily life-changing for some of you, but 160 pips with a standard lot. Oh, that was with a mini. Sorry about that. And with our standard lot, that would have been about $1,600 off of the British pound Canadian dollar, just like that here. So basically what I showed everybody here, this is just a Cliff Notes version of this, kind of very basic understanding of how this works. For those who want to learn how to do this in a little bit more detail, like I said, Josh will show you in a video in a little bit more detail on how to do all this here. So that was just off of the Great British Pound Canadian dollar for this past week alone. If you're to look at each one of these trades here on the Pound New Zealand dollar, this is yesterday's trade. Look at that. That one went down 195 pips. Yesterday morning on the Pound Aussie, same situation. The pound right now is taking a beating. That's why I was looking at that Pound Aussie trade that I'm looking to get into. That one dropped 234 pips. The Pound Swiss franc, off of that 3 a.m. candle, this one dropped 114 pips. Your Pound Japanese yen dropped 198 pips. And then your Pound US dollar, that one dropped 207 pips. Now, once again, let's just say that we just got 50 pips off of each one. Now, VJ, let me ask you this. Would it have been worth it, VJ, to get up yesterday morning at 3 o'clock to capture, what, about 250 pips off of each of these trades? Or just think about that. I'm not going to, it's kind of a rhetorical question, but think about that. Those of you saying, well, do I have to get up at 3 o'clock? Would it be worth it to get up to take these kind of trades like that? Yesterday, 250 pips just off of Yeah, but about 200 pips are off of just these ones right there. Yes, yeah. So yeah, VJ says yes on that one here. So that was the London Daybreak trading strategy, my friends. Once again, gave you kind of an overview of that. When you sign up for the charting software trial here, you will get a video. This is a video from Josh Martinez himself. Let me pull this up and show everybody here. He'll go in and he'll show you this in much greater detail. Oops, let's see if I can pull it up here. He'll go in here and he'll show you the exact same thing, but a little bit more detail as part of that. So you get that. You'll get video lessons on all of our charting here. Now, I got one more special thing for those of you who stick around to the end of the webinar. We have a live session coming up tomorrow, a live webinar tomorrow, where Josh Martinez, the creator of the London Daybreak trading strategy, he's also doing another live webinar tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. If you stick around to the end of the webinar, I'll send out a link to everybody here. It's going to be a free webinar. He's going to teach you his leveling trading strategy. So I'm not going to go into a lot of detail teaching you this right here. He'll go into more detail about that. But let me go ahead and pull this up. Now, the leveling trading strategy, it goes a lot in the same way of what we'll teach you in our full education. You'll start off with a larger time frame. You start off in this case here with a monthly. You start off with a monthly time frame. And he'll give you the analysis here, show you how to take advantage of these wave movements just like that. But in this case right here, let me show you here what's going on the Australian dollar, Japanese yen. What we have found is that there's a little bit of consolidation here. As you can see here, the market's bouncing in this channel. So what we're looking for now is we're looking for the Australian dollar, Japanese yen on a long term to come back up to this level. It's probably going to be about 211 pips coming up there. Now here's Joshua's strategy. I'm not going to go into all the details showing you this. He'll teach you this tomorrow in that live webinar, but it's called a leveling trading strategy. What he's going to show you here is what you'll have. Here's our target. There's our future target, what we're going after. He'll show you where they buy into the market. In this case here, buy in there, buy in here. What you do is you're leveling in where eventually the market's going to go in your favor. Once again, I'm not going to go into detail showing you this here. In that live webinar tomorrow, Josh will go into much greater detail teaching you his leveling trading strategy as well, just like that here. Now, actually here, John, I actually got John H and John G. John H just said here, do you do this with the Great British Pound pairs? Yeah, the London breakout trading strategy, John H, is based off of those 6 Great British Pound pairs. I actually have another trading strategy very similar to that on a different set. I'm not going to go in that here today, but yeah, the London breakout trading strategy is based off of, I can back that up here. I'll back that up one slide. Yeah, it's based off of those 6 pairs here. Now, John G says, can I have a copy of the charting software and a copy of the London Daybreak video? John G, and those of you interested in that video and the charting platform, stick around here just another minute. I'm going to show you I can take this for a 14-day test drive. You'll get that live video. You'll get the charting. I have a couple free bonuses. I'll actually send out the workspace, this workspace I use here today on the LMFS. Those of you that take advantage of the free trial on our software, I will send out this workspace for everybody here. And I'll show you how you can actually import this into your charting platform. So you'll get this. So you're going to be set up tomorrow to actually start utilizing this as well here. And everybody sticks around to the end of the webinar here. I'll send out that link so you can get into the free video on that leveling strategy as well here today. So pretty much what I'm doing here today is I'm going to give you that charting platform to take a 14-day test drive. It's part of our free trial here as part of Investor Inspiration here. Now, the neat thing about the charting platform is you'll get all of this as part of the charting. You'll get the auto Fibonacci tool, that auto Trendline tool, the King's Crown, those candlesticks tools. We'll teach you and show you how to have an email and text alert sent to you. You can trade directly from the charts. As I said, the workspaces, they are cloud-based, and you can import charts from computers. You can do demo trading, and it also has the ability to do auto trading as well. I didn't get a chance to really talk about that. I believe in those tutorial videos we can teach you and show you how to do all this here. Now, the neat thing about the charting platform, for those of you that may have been to some of our webinars, normally you would have to be a student of Market Traders Institute to get this through one of our ultimate trading courses here, whether it's our ultimate trading package for the Forex Market or our stock and options program. In fact, somebody just asked about those charts here, asking about as far as the charts for stocks. Now, the trial I'm showing you here today, this is only for the Forex market. In fact, let me pull that up here, just to make everybody clear about that here. The charting platform is only for the Forex market as far as the trial here today. We do have stocks. You actually can trade stocks from the charts as well. Unfortunately, those of you that take advantage of the trial, that's not part of it, but I'll show you an 800 number here. You can give us a phone call if you're interested in trying to attain the stock feed as well. You will get the Forex feed as part of this, but the stock feed, that's going to be something separate here. So going back to what I was talking about before, you're going to get the charting platform to take that test drive, but you don't have to be a student. You have to go through a full education to get it. It's part of our 2-week trial. Now, as part of a student of Market Traders Institute, normally it would cost you $249 a month as part of the subscription. You have to go through our education. We usually, through our education, will sometimes give you a couple free months of it to try out. But beyond that, it's a $249 a month subscription. So here's what we're going to do as part of Investor Inspiration. Those of you that are asking, how do we get this charting platform? I'm going to send out a link to everybody right now. I'm going to walk you through the process of how you can get signed up for that trial. It's going to be a free 14-day trial. You'll get the charting platform. You'll get all those videos. You'll get into that free webinar tomorrow as part of this here today. Now, after that 14-day trial, take it for the 14-day trial. See if you like this charting software. If you continue past that 14 days, we have an Investor Inspiration Special. You're not going to be paying the $249 that our students pay. We'll get you locked in for $59 a month on a month-to-month subscription as part of Investor Inspiration. But I want everybody to focus right now simply on taking it for the 14-day trial. See if this charting platform is for you. From my experience, it's the easiest charting platform I've ever used. It's so user-friendly with those unique features we have built in. Now, as part of this as well, I'm going to give some free fast action bonuses. I'm going to show you here in just a second. For those of you that take advantage of this trial, I'll send you out that workspace for the London Daybreak trading strategy, and Josh is also going to give you 3 free templates that you can download and install as part of this as well. So yeah, those of you asking as far as getting started, click on that link that I just sent out to everybody here in the room. In fact, let me go ahead and copy that one more time. I'll copy and paste that here. And yeah, those of you that want to get that leveling webinar tomorrow, I'll send the link out to that here in just a second. But let me walk right through the process as far as getting registered for this free trial. So I'm going to go ahead and send that out to everybody right now. There we go. There we go. So there is the link. Now here's what's going to happen. Let me walk you through the process here, the steps of how to get registered for this. Number 1 is to enroll into our Ultimate Charting Software 14-day trial. I just sent that link out to everybody here in the room. Click on that link, and I'm going to pull up that page here in just a second and show you how you can register for this just a second here. Now just give me 1 second here. Hold on. I need to write something down here. Okay, so the step number 1 is to enroll into the charting software 14-day trial. I just sent that link out to everybody. If you have trouble with that link, please type in the chat box, and I'm going to walk you through the process as far as getting you enrolled for that. Now, once you get enrolled for that link, I'm going to pull up that link here in just a second. You'll probably get an email after you've enrolled, letting you know that you are enrolled, and you should probably get a subsequent email to give you access to the back-end portal, which I'll pull up here in just a second. When you get access to the back-end portal, you can watch that video training sessions for the charting and for that London breakout trading strategy. You can literally do that today. Once you're enrolled in this trial, you can pull these videos up and start watching them today. I'm also going to show you here in just a second how to set up a trading account. You can either set up a live or a free demo trading account through brokers like FXCM, Forex.com, Oanda. The only reason I'm using these is because I've used a couple of these, and my colleagues have used these. I personally use Forex.com. That's my personal broker. I'm not recommending it. I'm not allowed to recommend a broker, but any of these, FXCM, Forex.com, Oanda, they can actually get you set up with one of these. Now, the next thing what you're going to do is I'm going to send out a link here in just a second. You can attend that live leveling trading webinar tomorrow. Josh Martinez, the creator of the London Breakout Trading Strategy, he's going to show you also his leveling trading strategy tomorrow in a live webinar. That's absolutely free to everybody here. Then we also have that live training class coming up next Friday at 10:30. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the charting platform, that charting software, those training videos, that live webinar tomorrow, take it for a 14-day test drive, absolutely risk-free. Now here's our guarantee. Our guarantee is that within those 14 days, you'll take the charting platform, you'll go through all these lessons here, and you'll make that decision whether this charting platform is for you or not. If within those 14 days, if you decide that this isn't for you, you don't want to go beyond those 14 days, you can cancel at any time. I'm going to pull up you can either cancel through the 800 number, through our email, or I'll show you through that back-end portal how you can cancel this as well. So it's absolutely free. Everything I'm showing you here today, my friends, it's absolutely free for those 14 days. Now, if you choose to go beyond those 14 days, you will get locked in with our Investor Inspiration Special of $59 a month on a month-to-month basis. There is no long-term contract. You're simply just locked in on a month-to-month basis beyond that here. So everything I showed you here today is absolutely free within those 14 days. And I actually hate to say this, even if you do find the value within those 14 days and you simply just want to quit within those 14 days, that's your prerogative. If you want to quit within those 14 days, take it for that 14-day test drive. It's not going to cost you anything absolutely to take it for a test drive here. Now, what I want to do is let's go back in here. I'm going to send everybody that link here in just a second to register for Josh's webinar tomorrow. But let me go ahead. A couple of you are saying you're having trouble with the link. Now, I just sent the link out. I'm sending the link out one more time to register. Okay, now John says link said $1. Hold on one second. Let me pull that up here. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull that up right now. I'm going to walk everybody through the process here. So let's go ahead. There we go. Oh, wow. Okay, so actually, I guess they've changed this, my friends. I apologize for that. Okay, it's $1. I'm sorry about that, my friends. I thought normally it's a free 14-day trial. I greatly apologize. It's going to cost you $1 to take it for that 14-day trial. So so you activate your 14-day trial right here. Oops. Let's click on that. So you enter your information, everything right there, and it's going to cost you $1 to take it for a 14-day trial. And I think, let me just confirm this here. Yeah, there still is. There is you can cancel this at any time. There's no obligation. All your information down here is at the bottom, your cancellation policy, everything just like that. So I apologize for that. I didn't realize they changed it to a $1 trial here. Yeah, so okay, yeah, so Stuart's having trouble here. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead. Let me walk everybody through. Let me show you everything you're going to get for that $1. You're going to get the charting platform. You're going to take this for a 14-day test drive. You will get a link to download the charting software. So for that $1, my friends, you're going to get the charting software to take it for a test drive for 14 days. That's included as part of this. Now, those of you asking about what you're going to get these videos here, the video lessons for the charting software. You will get a link to this back-end portal here, and you'll get access to all these videos here, going step by step. There's going to be 10 video lessons going through here showing you how to use the charting software. You'll get video lessons on how to do that. Now, you're also going to get the London Daybreak trading strategy video as well. You'll get that as well. That's for that $1 as well here today. So what we're going to do, on top of that, for those of you wondering how you can cancel, you can actually cancel right there. As long as you cancel within the 14 days, it's only going to, I don't know if they'll give you that $1 back or not, my friends. I apologize for that. But as long as you cancel within the 14 days, you won't be charged the additional $59 beyond that here. So we have that live webinar coming up on Friday from 10:30 to 11:30. So we get all your questions answered just like this here. And so there's our thing. So it's going to be a $1 trial here. Once again, I apologize for that. Normally it's a free 14-day trial, but apparently it's a $1 trial here today for those of you ready to get started here. So I think it's at least worth it for that $1 here. Now let me see here. Okay, so I guess as far as that here, our cancellation policy here is that as long as you cancel within the 14 days, you won't be charged moving forward the $59 a month. Now, if you choose to go beyond that, it's only going to cost you $59 per month as part of the investor inspiration here. So let's go ahead here. Let's move forward. Yeah, a couple of you have been asking about the link here. Okay, so yeah, if you're having trouble with the link, please let me know. I'm going to go ahead. I'll send that link out here in just a second here. Let's see here. Let me see if I can answer some of your questions. I'm trying to answer some of your questions. I got a lot of people saying that you got the link. Let's see here. John G, I see your question there. John G, contact your education specialist. If you've already signed up for the charting software, they'll be able to answer that question for you as well. Let's see here. John K is asking, what's the difference between the first presenter software with the 2-month trial? John K, I believe that was Joe. Joe Cavallero, that charting software is included as part of the Ultimate Traders package. If you sign up for the Ultimate Traders package, I believe they threw in 2 months of that. So yeah, if you want to sign up for the Ultimate Traders package, I believe they're giving away 2 months of the charting platform for free here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer some of your questions here. Some of you have been asking about that link here for Josh's leveling webinar here tomorrow. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send this out to everybody here in the room right now. This is absolutely free for everybody in the room. I'm going to send this out. If you want to get into Josh's leveling webinar tomorrow, here is the link for that as well. There you go, bam. So after you register for the charting platform, get your charting platform set up, go through those video lessons, and then tomorrow you'll be able to get into this live session with Joshua tomorrow for his leveling program here as well. So what I'm going to do is let me go ahead and let me answer some more questions here. Okay, yeah, so Juan, thank you for that. Juan says the link is fine. Yeah, a couple of you are saying that this is working out great here. Stuart, I think you said you were having trouble with the link. If anybody's having trouble with the link, please let me know. I'll make sure that everybody does get a chance to take advantage of this here. I want to make sure everybody's able to get enrolled with this actually here today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here just a second here. For those of you that are enrolling, let me just walk you through the process one more time here. Number one, get the ultimate charting software in your hands. Get it in your hands so you can actually start the London session tomorrow with Josh. I'm sorry, the leveling session with Josh and that London session tomorrow when the market opens up tomorrow. You can actually get started in the London session. Go through those video training lessons. Get up to speed on the charting and that London breakout trading strategy. Now, as far as setting up your trading account, so you've been asking about that. You can come here to FXCM, Forex.com. A lot of them will have a practice account. Click on practice account, sign up, put all your information in here, get started. That's as simple as that. Simple as that as far as setting up a demo account. Now, I believe in the video lessons. I believe in these video lessons that Josh is going to show you here as part of the charting software. Yeah, they'll teach you how to do the auto trading. I think they'll teach and show you how to set up your demo account to your charts so you can actually trade live from the charts as well. But that's the next step. Sign up for your demo trading account. Attend that live leveling trading session tomorrow with Josh. Absolutely free for everybody that clicks on that link. The next thing is to attend that live training session on Friday. But ultimately, take the charting software for a 14-day test drive. Take it for a 14-day test drive. See if this is for you. It's only going to cost you $1 to do it. You'll get all that live training as well. You'll get that live session tomorrow as part of this here today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wrap the webinar up. Let's go ahead. Let's wrap the webinar up. Before we leave, I'm going to start answering some of your questions here. Let me see here. For those of you that want the charting workspace, that London Daybreak charting workspace here, after you register for the charting trial, send me an email. In fact, you might want to do a screenshot of this. I'll leave this up here for about 1 minute if you want to write this down. Here's our customer service number here. Okay, so yeah, some of you are saying here that the link isn't working here. It only works with control, copy, and paste. Okay, is anybody else having trouble with the link? Those of you that are clicking on it, let me know if you're having trouble with that, because Philip and a couple of you, thank you for letting me know about that. So, so here's our customer service number. There's our customer service email. Unfortunately, I think our customer service is closed for today. After you register for the charting trial, send me an email. My email is wgallagher@markettraders.com. If you do that within the next hour, starting right now, it's 5 o'clock. After you register for the charting platform here, send me an email. Let me know you want that that free charting workspace for the London Daybreak trading strategy. I'll send that out to everybody that registers here today. My little free bonus, everybody, as well. So I'll leave this up for about another 10 seconds. If you want to write all this down, great here. So Stuart, thank you. F name. Somebody just typed in no. If anybody's having trouble with the link, I'm gonna send that out one more time. And I'll send out that link to Josh's his webinar tomorrow as well. There we go. So there, I just sent out the link one more time. In fact, let me click on that myself. Let's see how it happens here. Okay, yeah, so the link, it seems like it's working for me. Looks like it's working fine. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wrap this up, my friends. If anybody has any other questions here, if you're having trouble with the link, I'm going to stick around here for another 5 minutes. Okay, actually, yeah, Philip says, can you put your email in the box? You know what, Philip, I'll go ahead and do that. That's probably a little bit smarter there. Thank you. Okay, thank you for that F name, I name. Thank you for that as well. So I just sent the link out one more time. If you're having trouble with the link, I'll send that out. I'll send out the link to Josh's webinar tomorrow for everybody that wants to attend that as well. Here's my personal email address. Okay, I'm sending that out into the box for everybody as well. Gallagher at Market Traders. After you register for this charting trial, send me an email. I'll send you out the workspace you can import into your charting platform. So I apologize for that. Let me come in here. Let me fix that. Apparently, it's not a 14-day trial. It's a free. It's a $1. It's a $1 trial. There we go. Apologize for that. So yeah, so I think for $1, it's at least worth it here. It's at least worth it for that. So yeah, so there we go. So it's a 14-day trial special. After that, it's $59 a month locked in. I'll send everybody out that registers that London Daybreak Strategy workspace here. You'll get those 3 free templates from Joshua. So let me send that link out one more time to everybody here in the room. Okay, here comes the link to the charting trial. Oops. Oops. Okay, so that one didn't show up that time. And there we go. So there's the link. In fact, let me click on that and make sure that's working that I just sent out to everybody. There we go. So that's working. And let me send out the link to Josh's webinar tomorrow. Oh, thank you for that. I went a little bit fast there. markettraders.com. I apologize for that, my friends. I've gone over my time, so I just want to make sure I get this out to everybody there. So I just sent out my email one more time. Once again, after you register for this, just hit me up with a quick email letting me know that you want me to send you that London Daybreak workspace. Those of you that register here, you're going to get everything I showed you here today for that $1. Let me just go back over that one more time. Those of you, as for that $1, you're going to take the trial of the charting software. The charting software I showed you here today, you'll get this here for that 14-day trial. You'll get a link to download this for those 14 days. That's part of this trial. That's a big part of this here. Now, as far as the education you're going to get the education, these education videos on how to use the charting software here. You'll get 10 video lessons on how to use that. You'll also get that video lesson for the London Daybreak trading strategy, and you'll also get into that free webinar coming up next Friday, where you can you'll actually have either myself or my colleagues live answering any questions you might have about this here. So you can sign up for that demo account through one of those brokers, and to activate your 14-day trial, you simply just come in here, enter your information just for $1 here today. So on that note, my friends, I want to thank everybody here today. I'm going to pull up this last page here just one last time. So on that note, thank you everybody here. Let me see if I can quickly here answer any more questions here. If you're having trouble with the links, I'm going to stick around here for about one more minute. Let's see here. If anybody has any questions about this, I'll stick around here for about one more minute here. I'll send out that link one last time. Oh, I forgot to send out the link for Joshua's webinar tomorrow. Hold on one second. Yeah, those of you interested in attending his free webinar tomorrow, let me send this link out. And there we go. So there's the link for Joshua's webinar tomorrow, and I will send out that link one last time on the charting trial.